You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
MIVA Semi-Final time inside Worthen Arena, a venue that's seen a plethora of defining moments. It may just add another to the list tonight. The Ball State Cardinals, they look to continue their historic season under first-year head coach Mike Iandolo. Meanwhile, the McKendree Bearcats, they look for their first MIVA Finals berth in program history. Cardinals and Bearcats, do or die volleyball on the Wednesday night. I'm Roen Elbert, that's Annaka Whittey. What a matchup we have on hand where really it's for all the marbles.
For sure, all the marbles indeed, and this is a picture-perfect matchup. Both teams, it's high stakes. Ball State wants to return to a MIVA championship. McKendree wants to make a MIVA championship for the first time. And Nikki Sandlin, she's seen this team many times, but she's just getting used to a team being developed under Mike Iandolo for the first year. But Nikki Sandlin, she's built the McKendree Bearcats from the ground up. Iandolo, he's been around for a long time as an assistant coach, finally taking the reins this year. And a MIVA championship in your first year as a head coach would be quite impressive to add to your resume.
I mean, get this right, though. The last first-year head coach the Cardinals had, Donan Cruz, in 2022, won the MIVA title in his first year with a 23-4 record. The Cardinals currently stand at 23-4. So on the right trajectory, like you were saying. But to add on to that, let's go back to that quarterfinal matchup against Northern Kentucky, a 1-8 matchup. Ball State gets the sweep, close second set. But other than that, what did you see that really stood out to you?
Honestly, the Ball State team that I saw against the Norse in the quarterfinal was one of the most cohesive Ball State teams I've seen all season. They were fantastic from the service line, which service errors have been an Achilles heel for the entire conference all season. But that game, they had a fantastic service ace to service error ratio. They were 5-13, which they've had better games in terms of that ratio, but that's still just around the ballpark that you want to be in. When the Bearcats, they have total on the season over 100 more service errors than the Cardinals. So serve receive has been something that's been emphasized all season long, and Ball State against the Norse, they really put that together.
You can really feel it here in Worthen Arena. The Ball State Cardinals make their way onto the floor. Let's talk about this McKendree team, though. A very eventful quarterfinal matchup against the Ohio State Buckeyes. A 5-set thriller. Really came down to the wire. Could have gone to either team. Just what did you take away from that matchup?
McKendree has unbelievable stamina, and they are used to having matches that last a while. And Nikki Sandlin has obviously coached them through something that's so long-winded like that. And with a team like McKendree, they're used to playing long-winded games, and it's just a matter of who can outlast the other. But they know how to maintain their energy and play well for an entirety if it goes to 5 sets.
How much of that will be a factor for this McKendree team, knowing that a Ball State team, they haven't gone to 5 sets too often this year, only twice, but knowing that McKendree can go to the limit, how much of that will be a factor?
Honestly, if Ball State plays the top of their game, I don't see that being much of a worry to go to 5 sets, but also if McKendree plays at the top of their game and they're in system the whole entire time, then 5 sets is surely a possibility. But it's just a matter of playing your game, playing in system, and Ball State, they could give McKendree a run for their money, but also Ball State's not a stranger to 5-set games. When they've had 2 5-set games, the same team against Lewis, they split those 2 matches, won the first one, lost the second one in a heartbreaking fashion. But if McKendree kind of plays in that mindset where they have to conserve their energy and they can put Ball State out of their typical routine, then it could be anyone's game.
That it can be, but for both of these teams to get the upper hand, it'll come down to really the star players. For each team, who's a guy that really needs to be on their A game?
Well, starting for Ball State, you hear his name every single game. It's Patrick Rogers. They call him the Roadrunner, Captain America, coined by our fellow SportsLink member, Dylan Budd. He loves that nickname, and honestly, I kind of see it too. But Patrick Rogers, when he is on it, he is on the money, and he knows to never be complacent and to always be in the mindset of refining his game and getting 1% better every game. and he's so dynamic on the offensive side especially, but at the same time, he also knows how to play defensively. His season high of 15 digs was versus McKendree earlier in the season, but his season high in kills was in a 5-set game. It was 26 kills. So when he's getting past two routinely, he knows how to end a set.
And for this McKendree team, who's someone that really needs to step up if they want to pull off what you may call an upset?
An upset will probably lie in the hands of Bryce Wetjen, opposite hitter. Playing that right side is definitely more difficult because you don't see as much depth in that position, but his ability to adjust to any situation, he's first in total kills on the season in the MIVA with 365. He's got a year's worth of kills on him. And last game against Ohio State, it was pretty routine for him. He had 12 kills, a 208 clip, but really the service line was what was getting to him. So if he can kind of adjust to that and play his best, he knows how to adjust to such larger kind of weighted teams like Ball State, who have been there, done that, and have experienced high-stakes situations for many, many years when McKendree just started out in 2014.
Yeah, we were talking with head coach Mike Iandolo earlier in the day, and he talked about McKendree's style of play, about how just really having good serves, just getting the ball across the net can really throw them off guard with the way they play something called trash ball. Could you go in depth about what that entails?
I kind of love that Mike Iandolo called it trash ball, when really it's something that you see in the MIVA conference and in men's volleyball as a whole, but McKendree has made it a crucial part of their game, when it's usually those dumps or those kind of messy plays instead of those high-speed kills that you see on many teams. Like Patrick Rogers does the high-speed kills, but he also every now and then throws in like a dump to throw everybody out of position. But when McKendree does so often, it gives Ball State time to adjust to that and prepare for that defensively. So really making sure that their front row defense is on cue and prepared for those dumps like that, because those are some of the most unstoppable plays in volleyball. But again, that's something that teams shouldn't be preparing for. It should be something that they shouldn't expect. But if McKendree plays their cards right and adds more variety to their game today while still maintaining system, they could definitely win.
It's about that time for the national anthem here from Worthen Arena. The Ball State Cardinals in the MIVA Semi-Final taking on the McKendree Bearcats. It's win or go home. We'll be right back. You're listening to Ball State Volleyball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
We return just moments away from first serve between the Ball State Cardinals and McKendree Bearcats in the biggest game of the season thus far for both teams. A trip to the MIVA Finals on the line. I'm Roen Elbert. That's Annaka, Whittey. Let's go over the starting lineups for both teams, starting with the Ball State Cardinals. Leading the way, you got Will Basilio at the outside hitter position. Then your setter is Lucas Machado. Went down with an injury against Northern Kentucky. Seems to be fine, back in the lineup. And then from there, you got Jacob Surrett at the middle blocker position. Your other middle blocker being Daniel Gunther, who has stepped in for the injured Braden Savitsky-Lind. The opposite hitter being Ryan Lewis, the baby draft sophomore, who has done a lot of great things for this Ball State team. And last but certainly not least, the MIVA Player of the Year, none other than Patrick Rogers. So really for Ball State, other than Daniel Gunther coming in for the injured Savitsky-Lind, really it's just the usual.
Yeah, business as usual for the Cardinals. Daniel Gunther coming in and the middle blocker 2 position now. Surrett jumping up as the middle blocker 1 after Braden Savitsky-Lind went down against Lewis just a couple weeks ago, a week and a half ago about, when he kind of got tangled up in the front row. But it's added even more weight to this tournament run. They're playing for him. They're obviously playing for a championship, but also playing for the guys that unfortunately have gone down. But again, it's the same guys. It'll be a routine start for all of them. Daniel Gunther really stepping up in that middle blocker position, and these middle blockers, the depth of this team is something to be really credited for in terms of recruiting, because there's so much depth in the middle blocker position, and for Daniel Gunther to be able to step up so easily and still maintain how the skill of this Cardinal team is something really special.
Also, not to mention at the libero spot, Victor Scherer out there, who's been one of the best liberos in the entire MIVA. Now to McKendree, your outside hitters being Tyler Tripp and Bryce Wetjen, the usual for them. The libero being Yadiel Diaz this year, being a second-team All-MIVA libero. Sam Hoskin, another outside hitter. Bryce Wetjen being the opposite. In the middle, you got Will Klemek and Roland Lively. And finally, at the setter spot, a guy who's been one of the best setters in the entire MIVA the last 2 years, Nate Flater. And that's Nicky Sandlin's lineup for McKendree as they introduce the Cardinals here in Worthen Arena with a packed house on hand for what is really, I mean, again, the fans know it, we all know it, a highly anticipated matchup.
And especially in the MIVA, you've got to take every single conference game seriously, especially in the tournament. So when the Cardinals played the Norse for the 3rd time in the quarterfinal, yeah, that should be an easy win for them, but being so comfortable with each other, it's something that they still have to immensely prepare for. And now playing a more difficult team to face in McKendree, they've got to take it seriously and never, ever let their guard down, especially in such a high-pressure tournament time.
You know what, Annaka? It's crazy to think how far this Cardinal team has come. I think we all had high expectations going into this season, but maybe not quite to the extent of what we've seen.
23 wins in the first year of Mike Iandolo being the head coach. Like, are you kidding me? That is unbelievable. Only losing 3 games in conference play, one of them being in 5 sets, 2 of them being sweeps away. They've only lost 1 game in Worthen this entire season and in this entire calendar year. Just this Cardinal team has put together something that is almost unbeatable when they are playing at their ceiling.
And not to mention that 1 loss was against a red-hot Lewis team, and it went to 5 sets, too.
I was on the call for that game, and I was speechless at the end of that game because it was such a back and forth fight. It was such a thriller. And this also could be a potential championship matchup too. Lewis and Loyola playing tonight. So whoever wins that, if the Cardinals win tonight, they could be facing teams that were their last 2 matchups in regular season conference play.
Yeah, that matchup will start at 8 o'clock. We'll give you updates periodically when that matchup begins. As if you're a Cardinal fan or if you're a Bearcat fan, that is something you want to keep an eye on.
Definitely. And Loyola has been a top team all season long as well. Lewis, when they get hot, it's hard to stop them. But they've had less luck in many situations. But Loyola, they've had some injuries, but guys are looking to maybe be coming back for tournament time so they could become a lot more frightening again. So facing them is never going to be easy, but also facing anyone in the MIVA is never going to be easy during tournament time when they've all played twice already.
Yeah, especially with 7 of the 8 tournament teams all being in the AVCA top 20. McKendree wearing their all-white uniforms with the purple lettering, the gold trim. The Cardinals with a kind of a unique look, the black uniforms with the red gradient, the red lettering, the white trim. But the red shorts, and for Victor Scherer, it's the inverse, the libero wearing a red jersey with black shorts. For McKendree, the libero Yadiel Diaz wearing all black. McKendree starts us off going right to left, serving. Tyler Tripp will be the man to get us started in the MIVA Semi-Final. Delivers, and we are underway right into the webbing. Cardinals 1-0 early.
The 489th service error for this McKendree team. Definitely not a stat you like to see. But Tyler Tripp, he had only 2 service errors against Ohio State, so it's not the end.
And Patrick Rogers matches it with an ace of his own, going left to right for the Cardinals, so 2-0 Ball State.
That's his 36th ace on the year now. Patrick Rogers, we say it every single game how dynamic he is, but at the service line, he truly shines.
McKendree receives with Diaz, the bump to the near side, tapped over by Hoskin, goes out of bounds on the near side. Ball State gets the point, an early 3-0 run to start the matchup.
McKendree already looking out of system early, which is something that's very threatening for them. So something to clean up really on those attacks when you're so close to the antenna, making sure that you're not really kind of going for that cross-kill mentality.
McKendree in possession. Patrick Rogers' serve goes far too long. Finally, the Bearcats get on the board. It's 3-1 Ball State in the first set.
It seems like something so simple when you think of a serve,
but
it's so complex because a little too much or much too little could result in an error and a point left on the table.
Cardinals have it left side of the floor. Machado falls as he heaves it up for Basilio. Now McKendree in control. Diving effort. Flater on the black Terraflex, unable to get there. Ball State the point. 4-1 Cardinals.
And that was still kind of a little bit of a messy reception from that serve. Scherer falling over. But being able to kind of revive from that is something that's so important with flexibility and adaptability in tournament times, and still catching the Bearcats off guard and them not being able to execute such a revival that the Cardinals did in that rally.
They're wiping down that area where Nate Flater went flying into towards the front row. But now we play on. It's 4-1 Ball State. Jacob Surrett to serve it left to right. Jake the Snake to serve it across. McKendree in possession. Flater, dump over. Cardinals get it back. Surrett a free ball, back to the Bearcats. Flater the first touch, back over to Hoskin, diving effort, Rogers. We play on another free ball to McKendree. In reverse to the far side, a topper over the net, goes out of bounds to the Cardinals on the near side. It was Bryce Wetjen who was unable to get it down. It's 5-1 Ball State.
And that's the trash ball we were talking about earlier before the game. Nate Flater trying to go for that dump, but Gunther was right there and prepared for that. And just wonderful defense played in that rally from the Cardinals.
Yeah, they've been watching film. Wetjen is rejected on the far side by Gunther and Basilio. It's 6-1 Ball State.
Daniel Gunther, a freshman, already heading into a timeout early, but the freshman Daniel Gunther coming out of Munich, Germany, has stepped up immensely throughout the year. Coming in, being third on the depth chart, but really in the beginning of the season, it was a fight in the middle blocker position. We saw a lot from him, a lot from Patterson coming in, Surratt, and obviously Braden Savitsky-Lind. He's been in that starting position all year long, but Gunther has really fought for that third spot, and now being a starter with Braden Savitsky-Lind being out, he's really showed up just as a true freshman.
It's 6-1 Ball State. In this intermission, as we reflect, what have been your biggest takeaways to why the Cardinals are laying out early on this kind of punishment?
First of all, the main thing that comes to mind is the defense. That defense in just those first 7 serves was pretty much perfect and exactly what they had prepared for. We saw the dump, but that wasn't any match for the Cardinals. And then they had been emphasizing making sure that their front row blocking is on point. And then we saw that just before the timeout was called with Basilio and Gunther, and being able to get your pin hitters in position for a block like that is so crucial.
Now the Cardinals back out there, left to right to serve. Jacob Surratt once more heaves it up. Here we go. McKendree receives. The pop-up flater to the near side. Big spike from Hoskin. It's tipped at the net by Ball State. Out of bounds far side. The point goes to McKendree, so the kill that time for Sam Hoskin to make it 6-2 Cardinals.
That was more of a routine swing from Hoskin, which went off of the block, and being able to hit off the hands with just enough spin to go the other way is something that really gets them the points.
And a service error for Nate Flater and McKendree. It's 7-2 Ball State. But the errors, they keep tacking on. That was the first point of the first set, and now they do it once more. The Cardinals to serve with Ryan Lewis left to right. He rises, goes right into the webbing, so it's 7-3 now, still in favor of the Cardinals in the first set.
Now 2 service errors apiece for either team. The serve-receive is so important.
Now Sam Hoskin. Ball State in control. Machado, the pop-up to the near side. Lewis, he's stonewalled by Trepp. McKendree possession. Blocked up front. Flater over on the tap for Hoskin. No good. McKendree back with it on the right side of the floor. Big spike for Wetjen. Goes out of play, but off of a Cardinal hand at the net. It is now 7-4 Ball State.
A high attack from Wetjen just off the fingertips of a triple block attempt up front.
But Hoskin continues on for the Bearcats. Here's Machado, the bump. Over the middle, Gunther responded to by McKendree. Wetjen far side, tipped up front by Basilio. Ball State with it. Looks for Gunther. Miscommunication as it goes out of play on the tap over on the far side for a McKendree point. They've cut it down to 2.
Just being off cue with that jump as the ball is flying high, just getting a fingertip on it will put the spin to go out far left as it was.
Now it's Hoskin the other way. Into Ball State's grasp as Gunther puts it over, the topper off of the net and down for the kill. Daniel Gunther, the freshman, makes it 8-5 Ball State.
Sometimes when you see a ball go off of the net, you think of it as messy, but sometimes in an attack like that, it's so well played to stop the momentum of the ball.
And the spin you get on that too, as Basilio goes the other way. McKendree has a dump over on the near side, down for a kill from Tyler Tripp. There's that trash ball.
But this time, the Cardinals were not prepared. That trash ball, I think that's so funny that he calls it trash ball.
Imagine that's your style of play and someone coins it trash ball.
I wouldn't take that.
No, not at all. Machado in reverse to the near side. Ryan Lewis is blocked. It goes out of play on the far side off the hand of Rogers. So McKendree has cut it down to 1, 8-7.
One of the biggest things about volleyball is the decision making in such quick timing. That ball coming out so fast, it was almost instinctual for Rogers to put out his hand, which that he did.
As Klimek sends it in Ball State's return. Far side, Rogers tries some trash ball of his own, and he gets it down. Patrick Rogers says, anything you can do, I can do better to make it 9-7 Cardinals.
You know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them. And Patrick Rogers, you see it from him still. He does do those dumps that are so hard to combat, but keeping the Bearcats guessing is what really makes it pay off.
McKendree takes advantage with an attack over the middle from Roen Lively. It's 9-8 in Ball State's favor, but that's the first time we've called the name of the second team All-MIVA blocker Lively. As McKendree comes set right to left, Whittey the serve, diving effort, Scherer sends it over the net. McKendree with it, Whittey the attack, right down on the back row for the kill. 9-9 Bearcats evening it up.
The cross-court kill that perfectly matches the space between the middle back and the right back. Targeting that back row forces guys to move, and they just weren't prepared.
Scherer pops it up on the receive. Patrick Rogers for the Cardinals sends it over. McKendree now with it. Over the middle, the attack from Hoskin goes out of play on the back line. Ball State takes advantage, 10-9.
What I want to credit now is how McKendree has gone from being down 5 points to now only being within 1, but still staying true to their game and still trying to maintain that routine that they are always striving for.
Machado serves with the left hand to McKendree. Near side trip. He is blocked up front. It's a Cardinal point. It was a sea of Ball State black to get it done.
I thought that was a monster block, so I was waiting for the song to be played. And people in the audience were doing that hands up and down signal, but the triple block, the triple block up front.
Machado on the serve. It goes too long. McKendree now back to 1. But yeah, you said it perfectly. The monster block is one of the best traditions here at Worthen Arena, especially with the great crowd we have on hand. You can tell it is a postseason environment. As Tyler Tripp serves it right to left for McKendree in an 11-10 matchup in the first set. Machado in reverse. Sir Rogers over the middle for the kill. Patrick Rogers makes it 12-10 Ball State.
Rogers being able to attack from that right side, when you're put into certain rotations, sometimes you can't cross court between the left and right so quickly and still make it smooth. So being able to adjust is something that Patrick Rogers has done so well all season, still being able to attack from either side.
But immediately following with a service error to make it 12-11. And that was a big key in practice today. Mike Iandolo was getting on the Cardinals, harping that, hey, we need to get the ball over the net.
And it's something that he's been harping on all season. I asked him about it because serve, receive, and passing has been the main focus for a lot of these teams in the conference. But still, sometimes you can practice it all you want, but sometimes in game time, you overthink it, and that's what makes you miss a serve.
Well, McKendree just missed one of their own. Nate Flater sent it right into the net. It's 13-11 Ball State. They serve. McKendree with it. Flater pops in reverse. Far side. Whittey the attack. It goes out of bounds off of a Cardinal on the far side. They give the point to McKendree, 13-12. How about Bryce Whittey, the leader in kills in the MIVA, getting it done that time?
That was his third kill of the game. Still not a stellar attack percentage, but he's still getting the job done.
Machado on the near side to Lewis, a diving effort for Tripp. It goes into the front row. Yadiel Diaz, the libero, wanted to get there. He goes over a sea of fans. It's a Ball State point.
That kind of gave me deja vu during the Lewis game when Lucas Machado went for a ball and completely tumbled over the chairs in that exact area.
Must be something there, who knows? as Diaz receives it from McKendree. Near side blocked by Machado, but still gets down for the McKendree kill. Big time stuff there to make it 14-13. Now Hoskin to serve with a cross in a 14-13 back and forth first set. Into the webbing. We are knotted up at 14 as we approach that 15-point timeout coming up soon. It's 15-13.
Just barely halfway through the set, and there are 8 service errors already.
Basilio the other way. Received by McKendree. Trip rises on the near side with the attack and down. It's 15-14 Ball State, but Tyler Tripp, the graduate student, gets it down on the hardwood.
Tyler Tripp being a graduate, he has stuck to this program. And against Ohio State, he had 12 kills on a 276 clip, and he had 1 ace to 2 service errors. He already has a couple of service errors to his name today.
Machado over the middle has Basilio. Flater responds for McKendree. Now Tripp on the near side with the spike. Goes over the Cardinals at the front of the net. Basilio dives to get it. Rogers a spike. Flater gets it. Far side, wet gen for McKendree. Tapped up front at the net. Goes to Ball State on the block. It was Rogers and Gunther to get it done.
I saw a couple of McKendree fans clapping after that one, thinking that McKendree got it, thinking that it might have fallen out. But being able to tap instead of kind of that textbook block where you're trying to block up such a high-speed swing, slowing the game down.
It just snuck in on that near side. McKendree's barely able to get a hold of that serve. Lucas Machado with the dive over, a dump over, taking advantage over McKendree. It's 17-14 Ball State.
When Lucas Machado just decides to attack every now and then in the front row, it lands almost every time because front rows are not expecting that from a setter.
Yeah, with that left hand too. As Flater to the far side, wet gen, his attack goes into Ball State's handle. Dump over on the miscommunication. Lively takes advantage for McKendree to make it 17-15. McKendree just won't go away in this first set.
Ball State still having a slight cushion, being up by 2. They started off hot, but the Bearcats adjusted quickly.
Lucas Machado for the Cardinals, pushes over, back row attack, Basilio for the kill. 18-15 Cardinals. Cardinals by 3, Lucas Machado to serve it. With the left hand, he rises. Left to right, they work. Flater for McKendree over the middle. Lively tapped up front at the net. Goes out of bounds on that far side. McKendree the point off of the kill from Roen Lively.
It's being able to combat those kills. Will Basilio trying to pancake it to maybe keep it in play and off the ground, but he nearly flies into the bench of Ball State.
That's one of the, I wouldn't even say the caveats, because it can be dangerous of being that close to the action. No barrier to protect you. I've been down there with them, and it can get scary. I remember Ryan Lewis one time almost collided with me.
Oh, my.
And Tyler Tripp on the serve for McKendree goes well too long. It's 19-16 Cardinals after the fact, but I just remember Jason Harris turning to me and being like, "You all right, man?" I guess I am. I didn't get hit. As Rogers sends it across for the Cardinals in a 19-16 matchup. Does it sneak in on the near side? No, it's a service error for Rogers. 19-17, McKendree cuts it back down to 2.
Just hitting the outside, kind of the pinky side of his hand. He served from kind of mid-court, and it just flew to his right.
Ball State in control to the far side. Basilio's blocked up front by Nate Flater. The setter gets the block to make it 19-18 McKendree.
I think that's just a solo block from Flater, and that would be his 9th of the season. And Nate Flater, he can get it done in all facets of the game, offensively, defensively, you name it.
Mirikawa serves for McKendree. Surratt takes advantage by killing over the middle. Ball State a 20-18 lead. Jacob Surratt taking advantage of a McKendree miscommunication.
And Jacob Surratt has such a high volleyball IQ. He has an attack percentage of 5.67 on the season, showing how he knows when to make the right decisions to go for the swing.
Surratt serves once again, goes out of play on the near side. McKendree back down to 1, 2019 Cardinals.
The 6th service error for the Cardinals, that's really been what's keeping the Bearcats in the game for this first set.
Flater right to left for McKendree to serve. Scherer handles. Machado cross-court pass to Basilio, tries to dump it. He's blocked up front. McKendree gets the point. Looks like Bryce Wetjen got a hold of that one, as well as Will Klemek.
It was a good attempt for the dump, but at the same time, when you got guys on the opposite side with their hands so close to the net just without touching it, it's hard to nudge it in between them.
2020 matchup. Lewis on the near side. It goes over a Cardinal point. The baby Draft gets his first kill of the matchup to finally give the Ball State out of that 2020 tie, 21-20.
What's so unique about Ryan Lewis on his attacks is that he'll hit it, but he knows where to place it to make it fly not completely forward and to kind of misdirect the defense.
Ball State off of the block. They get it back. Over the middle, Rogers the attacking down. 22-20. Patrick Rogers has turned it on in the first set. And that timeout called by McKendree. Ball State just 3 points away from taking the first set, but still a back and forth opener.
This has been textbook MIVA tournament play. It's a 2-point set right now, and Patrick Rogers is heating up, which, if I am Nikki Sandlin, I would be a little bit terrified. This guy is an AVCA Player of the Year semifinalist, one of 8, only 8 named in the country. He's the MIVA Player of the Year, MIVA first team along with Lucas Machado. If this offense gets hot, that's where the Cardinals shine. So that's something that they definitely need to discuss at this point in the ending kind of points of this set.
I've talked about this with many people. Patrick Rogers is one of those rare exceptions where, as a senior, it's always really a sad thing. It's like your volleyball career is coming to an end. No, his is just beginning.
I agree, and he wants to play professionally overseas. I asked him, what's next for you? And he said he wants to continue playing because he loves this game genuinely. And any team that is professional, any pro team would be so lucky to have him, because with Patrick Rogers, he's just an anomaly in this game where you think in the far end of his college career that he's reached his ceiling. But honestly, I think that the growth is unprecedented for him.
As Lewis serves out of the timeout for the Cardinals, McKendree with it. Flater the pop it into reverse on the far side for Hoskin. Scherer dives to get it for the Cardinals. Out of bounds on the far side. McKendree back down to 1.
Hoskin putting just enough power on it. It wasn't too much power, but it wasn't like a dump as we were talking about earlier. So it really gives a miscue to the blocking up front.
Now Sam Hoskin takes 3 dribbles, now serves it right to left, and a 1-point Cardinal advantage will make it 2 points now. That went right into the net, so Ball State now 2 points away from winning set 1. Cardinals make a substitution. Marty Canavan into the matchup. So is Griffin Satterfield coming in for Lucas Machado and Ryan Lewis. So a new setter out there for the Cardinals.
We've seen Griffin Satterfield come in within the past couple of matches when Lucas Machado went down for a short period of time. Satterfield came in, and he knows how to hold the fort even though he's a backup setter.
McKendree with possession. Attack over the middle by Klemek is saved by Satterfield. McKendree back with it, though. Near side trip tries to dump over. Cardinals stonewall. Bearcats still alive. Far side wind jet. Does he get it down? No, it's just out of bounds. It is now set point for the Cardinals.
I think one of the unsung heroes of that rally was Marty Canavan. He really read that dump. Again, that trash ball we were talking about, he read it perfectly and was able to send it back over. And the Bearcats were kind of, if I was in their heads, they were probably like, wait, what? Because they weren't expecting it to work out in such a fashion where they kind of have to regroup so quickly. But now the call being under review, Nikki Sandlin doesn't like that it was called out.
I mean, you have those challenges. You got to use them at some point. It's a big momentum grabber for the Cardinals if they can get that. Nikki Sandlin, do you think it'll be something about how on that, I think it'll come down to wet gen on that far side. Did it sneak in or out? Do you think that could be what they're looking at there?
I think it's either an in or out call or if it went out on the touch because it was out so precisely. Obviously, the line judge could see it better than I can from up here. It could have gone out immediately, but it could have been off at the touch, or it could have been something that barely grazed the line. So
that is one of the quickest reviews you'll ever see, and it's a reversal of the call. 23-22, so they rule in the Bearcats' favor. It looks like that will be a kill now for Bryce Wetjen. Wow.
I think that confirms that it was an in or out call because the ref didn't do the signal that there was a touch. So I'm assuming it was just barely grazing the line.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you there. Rogers far side attack, tries to get one back, but no, a diving effort by Klemek to get it for McKendree. Ball State tries again with Rogers, and they get it. Now it's set point.
The first time didn't work, but he had to get it back for the second attempt. Patrick Rogers, and taking advantage of targeting the Bearcats to go for that dig. The Bearcats aren't really a huge digging team. In digs percent, they averaged 9.8 compared to their opponent's 10.3. But when you're targeting guys that don't really dig very often, it often works out in their favor.
Wentz serves it. McKendree near side. Tripp, it goes out of bounds off of Canavan, so a kill for Tyler Tripp. 24-23, still set point, but the Bearcats ever so close.
Marty Canavan upset after that one, looking to his teammates.
Wetjen into the net. That's the end of the first set. The Ball State Cardinals up 1-0 early. Big time stuff for them. We're going to take it to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Ball State Volleyball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is Sports Link Digital.
We're in the second set. Ball State took the first one 25-23, just moments away from getting started. Annaka, what a back and forth first set. What a thriller it was. But Ball State just barely able to get ahead of McKendree in that first set. What did it take for the Cardinals to get it done?
Well, the Cardinals started off hot out the gate. They started out with a 7-2 run, but then McKendree kind of got used to their way of play, and the Cardinals had to start slowing McKendree down because they're such a fast-paced team. They really go pin to pin really quickly, and they pass very quickly. So it requires a lot of quick decision-making, and even with those timeouts called by Nikki Sandlin, it was still time for Mike Iandolo to kind of regroup them, get them back together, and tell them, hey, remember what we practiced. Because slowing them down is what leads to a win for those teams that are opposing McKendree. When these guys, they know how to keep the energy up for an entirety of a match. And keeping them out of system and keeping them guessing is what will get the Cardinals a win tonight.
I do want to touch on this real quickly. McKendree with 9 graduating seniors, 5 of them being really key pieces that started today. Talking with head coach Nikki Sandlin, she says that in the 12-year history of McKendree, she views it as 4 different eras, and right now we're in the final year of this current era, and I think that's the perfect way to describe it.
I do too. When you have guys on the starting lineup that are going to be graduating, Tyler Tripp, a graduate, Yadiel Diaz, he's a graduate student, Wetjen's a senior, Sam Hoskins a redshirt senior, and Roen Lively's a senior. So this team has 9 freshmen ready to kind of step up and fulfill that new era and that entrance into that new era that Nikki Sandlin's talking about. This team has been guided by guys that have really held it up and held up how high level this Bearcats team is with how little of a time that they've been in the MIVA. So I'm interested to see how the team develops in the coming years with all of these guys graduating out.
Yeah, 9 seniors, 9 freshmen, like you said. Almost like they did that intentionally. But Patrick Rogers for the Ball State Cardinals serves it right to left to open set number 2. McKendree in position. Flater the pop-up to the far side. Tripp a dump over, received by Machado. Far side, Lewis, the attack for the Cardinals, goes out of play on that back line. Point goes to McKendree to open set 2.
Getting that first point is so important in a set because it sets the momentum and sets the tone so quickly. So Ball State's going to definitely want that back to get the momentum back on their side.
Cardinals with it, right side of the floor. Machado over the middle to Surrett, down aisle 3 with the response. 1-1 our score to open set 2. Jacob Surrett gets on the board.
Making Diaz go for that late dive just off cue. He had 11 digs in the quarterfinal against Ohio State.
McKendree with it. Flater pop up. Has to be free balled by Hoskin. Cardinals with it. Over the middle, Gunther. Topper over the net. Gets down for a kill. Daniel Gunther makes it 2-1 Ball State.
It's Daniel Gunther again. You see often in volleyball games where the middle blockers jump up and act like they're going for the attack, but it gives them time to decide if they really want to go for it or let it fly to a pin hitter, which really characterizes a good pass from a setter.
Flater over the middle to Lively. Down the middle of the floor for the kill, 2-2. So it's been the middle blockers getting it done in this second set for both teams. And for McKendree that time, it's Roen Lively.
Roen Lively, he's 3rd in the MIVA in total blocks. He is 93. But his ability to play offensively and contribute with such high-speed kills, because you see those from middle blockers often.
Patrick Rogers from the back row with the attack. It goes out of bounds on the back line. So Ball State, they make it 3-2. Patrick Rogers continuing to make an impact with his 5th kill of the contest. Now Ryan Lewis to serve it in a 3-2 matchup in the second set. The Cardinals took the first set. McKendree with it, unable to receive it that time. Tyler Tripp couldn't get a hold. It's an ace for Ryan Lewis.
Ryan Lewis, he kind of went through this slump at the service line where he was getting multiple errors, but he's really starting to revive himself, getting those service aces again.
4-2 Cardinal advantage. Flater tries to dump over from McKendree and gets it down. The setter, Nate Flater, with that trash ball dump over to make it 4-3 Cardinals.
They call it trash ball, but that was extremely well played. Being able to wedge the ball in between the triple block and the net without a net violation.
Ball State with it, right side of the floor. Far side, Lewis, the attack, and gets it down for the kill. With a deflection on the front row for McKendree. Ryan Lewis on a heater in the second set. It's 5-3 Ball State.
Tyler Tripp in the back row really extending his entire length of his body to try and go for that kill, but ultimately out of reach.
Flater over the middle to Klemek. Ball State unable to get a hold of it. Will Klemek makes it 5-4 Ball State, but just a time where the Cardinals were off balance.
It seemed to be a miscommunication. Patrick Rogers looked like he was going to go for that, but Scherer eventually tried to go for the ball as well because it was more in his reach.
Ball State with it. They lead 5-4. Gunther the attack over the middle. Out of bounds back line. It's too long. Goes to McKendree.
And that's just the growing pains of being a freshman. Knowing how much power to put into an attack at the middle block position, being so close to the net.
Stepping into a big role, too, for Braden Savitsky-Lynn, an all-MIVA blocker. Patrick Rogers attacks on the near side. McKendree recovers. Whittey, he's stonewalled back over to McKendree. Over the middle of the tap for Klemek. Scherer dives to get it for the Cardinals. Rogers attacks and gets it down for Ball State. 6-5 Cardinals. What an effort by Scherer and Rogers.
Scherer with a fantastic dig to get the setup back to Rogers with just a lightning bolt of a kill.
As Gunther serves it in a 6-5 Cardinal advantage in the second set. They took the first one. Flater pops up, far side, Tripp unable to get it down with the kill. Ball State with it. The near side, Rogers. He is blocked by Whittey, but out of bounds on the near side for a Cardinal point. It's 7-5 Cardinals as Daniel Gunther goes back to the service stripe. Right to left they work, right into the nylon. It's 7-6 Cardinals now. Make that the 7th service error for the Cardinals today.
The service errors again and again, and Daniel Gunther has seen a lot of struggle from that part of the game. But again, I'll say it multiple times, growing pains.
Ball State with it. Tack over the middle from Surrett. Gets it as it was deflected up front by McKendree. Out of bounds on the far side. 8-6 Ball State.
Jacob Surrett oriented his body so his left side was towards the net. So it gives the impression that he's not going to attack, but he was able to swing his arm in such a way to target an open space very well.
Flater, a bump on the far side for Tripp. He's blocked by Lewis. McKendree still with it, though. Whittey blocked by Rogers and Surrett for a Cardinal point. There's your monster block.
Finally, I've been waiting for it. The double block up front. Patrick Rogers being able to get some of that, too. And you've seen a lot of that from him with those block assists. His 52nd of the season.
Lucas Machado to serve. We saw him go to the locker room after the first set. He exited in the middle of the first set, but he is A-OK. But that time it's a service error as it went too long on the serve. Always concerning, though, especially with the NKU matchup in the quarterfinal. He left in the middle of that game. 9-7 Ball State. Cardinals have it. Attack over the middle from Basilio. Deflected up front, but gets down for a kill. 10-7 Cardinals. Will Basilio gets it done.
Perfectly in position there. The middle with the fake in the front row of the attack just to come down and Basilio come up at the same time. Perfect timing with that back row attack.
Rogers the serve, right to left. McKendree unable to handle it, goes into the front row, an ace for Patrick Rogers and the Cardinals. 4-point Cardinal advantage.
The second service ace for Patrick Rogers, and he's just really filling up the stat sheet tonight. 7 kills already with a 58.3 hitting percentage.
Rogers on the attack just barely goes out on that back line. So the ace followed by the error, 11-8 Cardinals.
It's just part of the game.
Happens more often than you think. But the error immediately following the ace. Ball State has it. Far side, Lewis, the attack. It's deflected up front and out of bounds on the back line for a Cardinal point.
Machado with a pretty perfect pass. Being able to set behind him, but still place it in such a way that sets up Ryan Lewis in such in a great opportunity to go for the attack.
Surrett off of the webbing. It still goes over somehow. Flater, the setter, attacks on the near side. It goes to the Cardinals as it was out of bounds, but something you don't see every day. Nate Flater attacking.
Those setter attacks, when setters know when to go for the kill, it often falls.
As it's 13-8 Cardinals over McKendree in the second set. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. You're listening to Ball State Men's Volleyball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. GameBridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
We return from Worthen Arena in the second set. Ball State leads 13-9. During the break, Jacob Surrett had a service error for the Cardinals, so now McKendree controls it left to right with Roland Lively to serve it. With the right hand, a thunderous bump. Cardinals have it with an attack over the middle from Gunther. It gets down to make it 14-9 Ball State.
That kill pretty much stunned Lively, hit him right in the chest, unable to get in position in time to combat it.
Middle blocker on middle blocker violence. As McKendree has it, Flater has to leap to get it. Hoskin falls back and sends it over to the Cardinals. Rogers tap over from the back row, inhaled by McKendree. Flater, the setter, attacks on the near side, sails out of play on the back line for a Ball State point.
McKendree thinks it's a touch, and with that, Sandlin challenges it.
Yeah, 15-9 the current score, but could easily change. Annaka, what did you see there live in the moment?
Honestly, I think there might have been a touch there from Ball State, but then again, we are very far up here, so it could have just gone out on that attack, but I think it could have hit a Cardinals hand on the way down.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we're positioned in this corner up top. These line judges, they're right there. I mean, come on. That's why, at least from my perspective, I'm never the guy that's going to critique a call like that. I don't know about you, but
on that attack, it looked like it went and changed in direction after flying on Ball State side, which usually implies that there's a touch. But then again, the aerobics of a volleyball are always keeping me guessing.
Yeah. You never know how it's going to move and in what way. That's the fun part about it. They're still looking at this. In the meantime, I do want to touch on this. Free T-shirts given out here at Worthen Arena. You have one. What does it say on it?
Let me see. It says Dish the Rock. Look at that.
The O's of volleyball and rock, by the way. That is a really cool T-shirt. Oh, it has a Pepsi logo on the back, too.
Oh.
You a Pepsi or a Coke person?
I honestly like Coke better.
Really?
I do.
The call is overturned. It's a McKendree point. That's crazy of you to say. This is a Pepsi school.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunate. But either way, McKendree gets the point. So successful challenges twice now for Nikki Sandlin.
Meaning there was a touch on Ball State side.
Immediately following is a service error from Nate Flater right into the net for McKendree. So it's 15-10 Cardinals now. So now they get that 15th point immediately following.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the last call overturned in the Bearcats' favor, but Ball State ended up getting it back anyway.
Flater, the bump to the near side. Hoskin, touched by Rogers, back over to McKendree. The point goes to the Bearcats. There was some interference for the Cardinals, goes against Rogers, so 15-11 the score.
We haven't really seen any of those all game. Looked like he hit it twice.
That is a no-go as Hoskin sends it left to right. Machado in reverse to the far side for Lewis. It's tapped at the net and out of play for a Ball State point. Ryan Lewis comes clutch again to give the Cardinals a 5-point advantage.
What Ryan Lewis is always talking about, I saw in an interview, was the importance of him being able to read the block. And in that way, he did it perfectly, placing it on the hands so that it flies out of bounds in the correct positioning.
Wet Jen on the near side attack for McKendree is responded to by Basilio. Rogers tries one of his own for Ball State and gets it down from the near side. 17-11 Cardinals. It's been all Ball State in this second set.
Offensively, it truly has. Patrick Rogers with his 8th kill. Him and Ryan Lewis with above 500.
Flater for McKendree to the near side. Wetjen, a touch up front by the Cardinals as it went out of bounds on the back line for a McKendree point. So Bryce Wetjen gets it done to cut the Cardinal advantage down to 5.
Lucas Machado shaking his finger thinking there was no touch, but no challenge card pulled by Iandolo.
And he's yet to pull that challenge card. Nikki Sandlin for McKendree, she's pulled it twice and she's been successful twice. McKendree to serve with Feltz. Ball State with it, right side of the floor. Machado, a tap over. McKendree responds. When Jet over the Ball State side to the near side attack from Rogers. He is blocked by Wetjen. Cardinals at the free ball it over. Over the middle, the attack from Lively responded to by Ball State. Lewis tries an attack of his own. It's pancaked by the setter Inflator, but it sails out of bounds on the far side for a Ball State point.
What a revival from the Cardinal defense, because on that right side attack, it hit Patrick Rogers in the head first. Yeah. But they were able to keep it off the ground and get the point.
18-12 Cardinals. Lucas Machado to serve it right to left. With the left hand he goes. Second touch, Flater. Far side, Tripp gets it down with the cross-court kill. Tyler Tripp makes it 18-13 Cardinals.
Tripp's positioning was perfect there. Being able to position the ball on the attack just inside of the antenna to avoid that violation and get a cross-court kill perfectly.
It's immediately followed, though, by an error for McKendree. Makes it their 9th service error of the contest. Goes off of Bryce Wetjen, I should say. 19-13 Ball State. Now it's Patrick Rogers on the serve. McKendree handles. Flater in reverse to the near side. Now it's Wetjen. A topper over the net goes to the Cardinals. Machado to the back row. Rogers. Cardinals get the point. Ball State wins the race to 20 in the second set.
What I wonder is if you're McKendree in the front row and you see Patrick Rogers rising from the back row, What are you thinking in that moment?
It's like seeing a tsunami. It's like, oh, you got to get out of the way.
Yeah.
McKendree barely able to handle the serve. Hoskin had to dive, and a tandem block for the Cardinals up front goes out of bounds on the far side. So McKendree the point. It's 20-14 Cardinals in the second set. Ball State took the first set.
An unfortunate block out of bounds when they were in position to prep.
Tyler Tripp for the Bearcats serves it. Ball State with it. Machado reverses it to the far side for Lewis. His attack to no avail, but it's tipped off of a Bearcat over to the scorer's table. Out of play for a Ball State point. Cardinals bring out Tyler Wint to serve. We saw him serve earlier in the first set, but he's back out there, the true freshman. Handles it over. Tripp has to dive for it. Tap over far side for McKendree from Hoskin. Goes out of play on the far end. 22-14 Cardinals.
Those dump and tip attempts that we've seen over a handful of times all game long have not been as successful as they must have hoped.
Long serve. Ball State was unable to take advantage, though. Patrick Rogers attacks from the back row. It goes to McKendree. Hoskin, far side attack for the Bearcats. He's blocked up front, but once again, out of play for a McKendree point.
With a ball flying that fast after an attack and being so up close to the block, it's bound to go out of bounds when he's so close to that line between the court and the black Terraflex.
Jack Morikawa to serve for McKendree. It goes right into the net. 23-15 Ball State. This is the second time we've seen Morikawa today. Another one of those 9 seniors for McKendree. The Cardinals 2 points away from taking set 2. They already took set 1, which would make them 1 set win away from going back to the MIVA Finals. Ryan Lewis on the serve sails well too long and wide right. It's 23-16 Cardinals still. Little substitution though. Griffin Satterfield with 2 points left comes in for Lucas Machado at the center position. Marty Canavan out there as well. McKendree to serve with Flater. Goes over the net into Ball State's control. Satterfield, the pop-up on the far side. Basilio, whistle blown. Interference at the net by the Bearcats. It is set point for the Cardinals.
Satterfield with a great pass on that black Terraflex, went out of bounds, but he was able to set it back into play for a perfect kill.
Basilio serves it across for the Cardinals right to left. Flater, far side, the attack from Wetjen. It gets down on the back line. McKendree stays alive in the second set, and who other than Bryce Wetjen to get it done.
It's so strategic to try and point a kill cross court, but also on that 3-meter line separating the front and back rows, because there's often guys in front of or behind it, but never really on it.
Cardinals with it. Satterfield reverses it. Far side, Canavan. It gets down for the kill. And Ball State wins set number 2 thanks to Marty Canavan. But then they reverse the call. They point to McKendree. The main official pointed towards the Cardinals. Then he goes back to McKendree. So Sam Hoskin has it for the Bearcats. It's 24-18 Ball State in the second set. Cardinals have it right side of the floor. Satterfield to the near side. Rogers, that time he gets it done. Cardinals win set 2 off of the hand of Patrick Rogers, and the Cardinals are just 1 set away from going to the MIVA Finals. As we head to the quick intermission, we'll be right back with more Ball State men's volleyball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. GameBridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State Sports with SportsLink Digital.
This SportsLink broadcast is presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison, or you can just visit victorymuncie.com. Again, that's victorymuncie.com. We're in the intermission between the second and third set. Ball State leads it 2-0. They won the last set 25-18. So far, there's a lot to look at, but I think the main storyline, Patrick Rogers, 10 kills through 2 sets. Once again, as we expected, we alluded to it in the pre-match report, it has been the Patrick Rogers show.
I don't know how to put it any other way than the Patrick Rogers show, as you said. 10 kills, double-digit kills already through 2 sets. But also no attack errors. On 17 swings, no attack errors. That's a 5.88 clip, but he also has 2 service aces, 3 digs, and 3 blocks. Talk about being versatile. That's just Patrick Rogers in a nutshell. It just embodies who he is as a player and helps his case of why he was MIVA Player of the Year and how he's making a run for AVCA Player of the Year in its first year as an award, but also as an entire team. In the first set, they were kind of just adjusting to the speed of the Bearcats, but instead of adjusting to their speed, they decided to control the game themselves. So offensively, they were kind of off in the accuracy, but now their hitting percentage is a 4.78 clip compared to McKendree's 2.80. So really lowering that production from the Bearcats after the second set. They're ready to enter the third set with some fire and finish off with a sweep and another trip to the MIVA Championship.
I think I know what the special ingredient is for Patrick Rogers. I think it's black coffee. That's what he was saying before the match. Every match he has a black coffee and a nap before, and I think that's the case.
I think it's an acquired taste because I'm not a black coffee lover. I think it's bitter. I think it's gross. But
I don't like any coffee. I really don't like any.
But Patrick Rogers, he had a black coffee before the game. I confirmed with him. But he also was having a Celsius when I asked him. I told him, I said, dude, that might be too much caffeine. But if it's obviously helping him and it's keeping him on his toes and he's playing extremely well.
He has awoken due in large part to the black coffee and the Celsius. Not a sponsor. But we play on in the third set. We're just getting started. McKendree has it right to left. Tyler Tripp to serve. Ball State just one set win away from going to the MIVA final. Cardinals have it. The setup on the far side for Ryan Lewis. He gets it through on the attack on the far side. 1-0 Cardinals.
Attacking the back row has been such a big part of the Cardinals' offensive game because, again, McKendree is not very much a digging team. Their defense heavily relies on that front row. So keeping the back row unprepared for those attacks in those gaps and not being able to move through.
Rogers into the netting for an error on the Cardinals end. The service errors for both teams, they've been prevalent. That's Ball State's 12th of the matchup. McKendree has 10 of their own as Roen Lively to set the serve across right to left for the Bearcats. And a 1-1-3 set goes off of Basilio, set up Machado, back to Basilio, far side for the Cardinals, and the kill. 2-1 Ball State off of Will Basilio.
A good rally overall for Will Basilio, getting that reception and being able to pass back to him, get that pass back to him to set it up for a good coffin corner kill.
Jacob Surratt spins it and lets it loose over on the McKendree side. Near side, Hoskin unable to tap it over for the Bearcats. Cardinals control, attack from Machado with the left hand. Goes the wet gen for McKendree. Ball State has it. To the near side, Ryan Lewis to tap it, just gets down on the near side to make it 3-1 Ball State.
I don't know if I like the name trash ball for it anymore.
No.
Because it seems to be effective.
Let's play a game. How many times this broadcast have we said trash ball?
A lot. I've lost count, honestly.
Yeah, do you think it's more than 10?
Maybe. Honestly, I wasn't counting to begin with, so honestly, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised.
As Jacob Surratt serves it left to right. McKendree handles on that far end. It just goes out. It's 3-2 Ball State still, but McKendree 1 point closer in the third set.
I don't know if it's just been one of the announcer jinxes of all time, but I remember saying in the beginning how Ball State's been improving at the service line. Just has not shown up for them.
Well, McKendree, I don't think they're showing up either. That was a service error that time for Flater on the far end. It went long. It's 4-2 Ball State. The Cardinals, do the math, they're 21 points away from going to the MIVA final. And an ace for Ryan Lewis as he went left to right. Diaz, the libero, was unable to get there despite the diving effort.
That's as precise as a serve can get. It barely grazed the net without changing its range of motion and direction, and it was placed right in front of a dig attempt.
And immediately following a service error for Ryan Lewis. Didn't we touch on this earlier of usually an ace is followed by an error from the same person?
That just shows how you can never get too comfortable at the service line. You think you have it, and then you try to replicate it, but you just do too much.
Ball State controls it left side. Lewis on the near side from the back row. Flater is able to handle it for McKendree. Tripp is stonewalled. It's back to the Bearcats. Windjet, his attack on the far side, gets down on the back row for a Bearcat point. So Bryce Wetjen gets it done to make it 5-4 Cardinals. Sam Hoskin for McKendree. He serves it right to left. Lucas Machado, far end, in reverse to Lewis. He has the free ball as it was miscommunicated. McKendree has over the net on the near side from Tripp. The big spike gets down. 5-5, Tyler Tripp evens it up.
Honestly, I thought that pass was good, and it put Ryan Lewis in position to go for an attack. But I think he just mistimed it a little bit, and it could have been a little bit too slow for him.
Ball State handles. Far end, Gunther taps it over for a Cardinal point. The freshman Gunther breaks the 5-5 tie.
Gunther with his 4th kill of the game, nearing his season high, career high, of that matter, of 6.
Basilio sends it over for the Cardinals. Flater for McKendree. Near side trip, blocked by Machado, but back to the Bearcats. Wetjen's attack goes right to Basilio for the Cardinals. Far side, Rogers, the attack goes off of, that time, Hoskin. Ball State takes advantage with Rogers off of the miscommunication over the middle for a 7-5 Cardinal lead.
That kind of looks like slide action from Patrick Rogers. He attacked from mid-court, really channeling his inner Daniel Gunther.
You see that a lot with the women's team on campus. Flater goes underneath the net to get that for McKendree. How about that? But the Cardinals have control. Lewis from the back row. McKendree responds as Hoskin handles. Wetjen's attack goes off of Lewis. Ball State still has it. Cross-court pass for Rogers on the far side. His tap goes over to Tripp. Now Tripp attacks near side for McKendree. Out of bounds near side. Blocked by Gunther. 8-5 Ball State.
Finding the Bearcats just out of position and honestly getting lucky with science there off the block, falling right into that empty space in the Terraflex.
8-5 Cardinals. Great stuff for Ball State as they near a trip to the MIVA Final. Basilio serves it. McKendree struggles to get it. They have to free ball. Machado, the attack with the left hand over the middle and through. The setter, Lucas Machado, can do it all. 9-5 Ball State.
Being left-handed in volleyball honestly is such an advantage in a world of guys that are majorly right-handed because the attacks are so unpredictable.
And a service error for Ball State from Will Basilio. Cardinals lead by 3, 9-6 in this third set. Ball State, they lead this one 2-0 overall, just one set away from winning the MIVA Final. It'll be their first, or going to the MIVA Final, I should say. Gotta wait till Saturday for that. Ball State with Machado over the middle to Gunther. Big deflection and out of play on the back line for a Cardinal point. Will Klemek off of his hand and all the way out on the backside for Ball State.
That just shows how much power Gunther has and how much power middle blockers typically have.
Gunther from left to right. Diaz outstretched to dive for it, unable to get there. It's an ace for Daniel Gunther.
How about a kill, bringing you to the service line and following it with an ace?
Unreal stuff. Gunther sends it over. Flater the tap over the middle. The attack from Lively gets down for McKendree. It's 11-7 Ball State, but Roen Lively keeps it going for the Bearcats.
That dump again. Nobody really to cover that right quadrant of the front row.
Wetjen serves it. Hard deflection off of Basilio all the way back to McKendree. Lively attacks over the middle. Cardinals with a near side attack from Machado goes out of bounds on the near side to the Bearcats. 11-8 Cardinals.
The intentions by Machado were good, going for that. But it just went a little bit too much out of bounds, missing the line.
Rogers handles it for the Cardinals. Machado falling back. The pass for Rogers on the far side is blocked on the attack by Lively for McKendree. It's 12-8 Ball State as the Cardinals get the point and went out of bounds on that far side.
Even though it was going out of bounds, Flater still tried to chase after it to keep it in play. And it's interesting to see guys go to extensive measures to try and keep the ball off the ground.
Flater keeps it up over to Lively over the middle. Ball State recovers. Rogers a tap on the far side for Ball State. Blocked up front and free ball by Lewis over to McKendree. Over in the middle attack from Lively. A diving effort by Basilio. Unable to get there. It goes flying into the second row. 12-9 Cardinals, a point for McKendree.
It was a great attempt by Basilio for that dig. And man, imagine if they could have kept that one in play with how far that flew towards the bench.
Would have been a very impressive point for the Cardinals, an impressive rally. But Ball State by 3 as Tyler tripped for McKendree at the service stripe. Quick conversation, though. Assistant Brian Hogg talking to the Cardinals. He now goes back, and the officials now discussing one quick thing. Mike Iandolo talking to the official as well. They're looking down at the ground at a certain point. But it looks like we're going to play on as Tyler Tripp handles it for McKendree. Right to left he serves. It goes too long. A service error for the Bearcats. 13-9 Ball State.
That's the 27th service error of this entire game. And you would think, looking at the stat sheet, Ball State with 15 service errors, that they wouldn't have won the second set by such a, what's considered a large margin, being 7 points. I would consider that a pretty large margin as compared to just 2 points being their victorious deficit, being their lead in winning the first. But 3 more service aces than McKendree, but they're still in it because of their offensive dominance.
Well, during that quick intermission, Nikki Sandlin challenged the in or out on that last error for McKendree. Very quick look. The ruling on the floor is confirmed of a Ball State point. So now Sandlin's 2 for 3 on challenges today. 13-9 it stands. Rogers to serve it left to right for the Cardinals, right into the webbing and into the face of Will Basilio off of the deflection. It's 13-10 Cardinals.
He seemed to know immediately when that hit his hand that it was going to go into the webbing, because you kind of saw him just kind of flail his head back.
Rolling lively, he does the honors for McKendree, right to left. Ball State handles it. Machado the pop-up over the middle for Surrett, down aisle 3 for the kill. 14-10 Ball State.
From the middle blocker staff on the Cardinal team, they have now 9 total kills. Unbelievable.
Surrett sends it over to McKendree. Off of the deflection, goes over to the Cardinals. No one there for Ball State to handle it. McKendree scores off of a complete lapse of judgment from Ball State.
Just those miscommunications. It was like they were all standing in a circle watching the ball fall, and they were all kind of equal radii from it. So it was a question of who was going to go for it.
But Ball State looks to respond with a far side attack from Basilio. It's able to go off of the front of the net deflection from McKendree. 15-11 Ball State. They win the race to 15. That leads to a media timeout. The Cardinals 1 set away from a trip to the MIVA Final to play either Loyola or Lewis. Will they get it done? We'll have to find out. You're listening to Ball State Men's Volleyball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
We return with third set action. It's 15-11 Ball State over McKendree. The Cardinals lead it 2-0. A look at the other MIVA semifinal. Loyola in the first set leads 14-13. Cardinals serve it across. Lewis into the netting. It's 15-12 now, but the big storyline for Loyola, Alexander Shosha has returned from injury for the Ramblers at the perfect time.
The right side, the opposite hitter out of Serbia, he was out for quite a significant period of time. He's been a really huge part of that team. It's good to see him back.
Patrick Rogers, a back row attack for Ball State, makes it 16-12. And there's a great chance that we could be talking about who will be playing the Cardinals on Saturday between Lewis and Loyola, unless the Bearcats can mount what would be a huge comeback. As Will Basilio sends it across left to right. On the back line, well long, 16-13 now. McKendree won't go down without a fight. But it's a Loyola team that Annaka, it just seemed like they couldn't get healthy, but now they've got everyone back at the perfect time. Could be something to monitor if they're able to knock off Lewis. Ball State with it, left side of the floor. Machado in reverse for the pass for Lewis. It's handled by Hoskin. A free ball back to the Cardinals. Machado to the far side. Rogers the tap. He's blocked, but he gets it back. Machado looks to attack over the middle for Ball State. He's blocked by Lively. 14-16 Cardinals, but McKendree gets the point that time off of Roen Lively.
Lively's skill and IQ at the middle blocker position from that rally, being at the perfect place at the right time, and almost sort of seeing that attack from Machado coming.
Boone Felt serves it for McKendree. Out on that far side for a service error, 17-14. You know, Boone Felts, he's from Knoxville, Tennessee. I've been told he's very excited that an In-N-Out burger is coming to Knoxville, Tennessee. He's very excited.
I didn't even know about that.
It's a big deal.
I mean, it is. I've had it when I was in Colorado, and I'm so sad that they don't have one in Indiana.
That may be changing soon. McKendree attack over the middle by Lively, blocked by Surrett, but out of bounds near side. McKendree cuts it down to 2. There's a good chance if the Cardinals are able to win the MIVA tournament, they could be playing in California down the line. Maybe they'll get to enjoy some In-N-Out burger then.
I'd be kind of jealous if they did.
Yeah, I know. It's been forever for me, at least. Cardinals by 2. Machado the pop-up for Ball State. A miscommunication. Lewis has the free ball to McKendree. Near side trip. The attack goes off of Lewis. Cardinals handle it with Rogers on a far side attack. It goes to Ball State off of the deflection. Patrick Rogers, unreal stuff to make it 18-15 Cardinals.
From my angle, it looked to be out. And Nicky Sandlin pulls out the challenge card. From that replay, it looked like it flew out of bounds, which is unfortunate because Machado's adjustment with that pass, he passed it perfectly, not even seeing where it was going as it was flying out of bounds, and he bumped it instead of set it behind him.
Yeah, they take a quick look at that. In a matchup oh so important. McKendree last year had their best season in program history. They were the MIVA co-regular season champions, but they lose in the semifinal. Now they're back, and this is what, like we've been saying, the final year of this era. According to head coach Nicky Sandlin, you got 9 players graduating. They want to capitalize, but right now their backs are against the wall.
Which is unfortunate because the team is playing in such a connected and cohesive fashion this late in the season that it's the optimal time for them to make it as far as they have and to make it farther. But they just haven't been developed in such a way that has matched up to the Cardinals at this point.
The officials still looking at that. It's an in or out call on a Patrick Rogers kill for Ball State. It's a big difference, though. The Cardinals, as it stands, they lead 18-15. It could easily be 17-16. They finally break away. We await the official call. Huge point in this matchup. And they point to McKendree. It's 17-16. Nicky Sandlin is 3 for 4 on challenges now for the Bearcats.
One MIVA Coach of the Year to the next. Nikki Sandlin won that honor last year. Head coach Mike Iandolo winning that honor this year. Nikki Sandlin, just really smart choices in pulling out those challenge cards when she has.
Ball State controls off of the serve from Flater. Rogers attack far side, diving effort and saved by the libero Diaz. A free ball for McKendree over to the Cardinals. Machado, the pop-up over the middle. Surrett, it gets down for a kill. Right down Broadway to make it 18-16 Ball State in the third set.
The fifth kill from Jacob Surrett. And again, I'll go back to his decision-making and how quick he is able to make those right choices when to attack.
McKendree with it. Flater sets it up over the middle. Lively, his attack to no avail. Ball State with it. Far side attack. Rogers, he's blocked by Lively. 18-17. McKendree won't go away.
McKendree's really fighting to stay in this third set, knowing that it could be their last of the season, and adjusting and timing that block.
Tyler Tripp spins it and serves it for McKendree. Machado the bump to the near side. Lewis a tap. A diving effort by Diaz is unable to get there. Ball State 19-17. They get the point.
You said the Bearcats won't go away. The Cardinals won't go down so easily either.
As Patrick Rogers sets it up, Ball State 6 points away from going to the MIVA Final. They would host it Saturday night right here at Worthen Arena. Lively over the middle kill, unable to go. Ball State has it. Lewis is blocked up front. It goes out of bounds on the back line for a Ball State point. The Cardinals win the race to 20 in the third set.
And it was out of Scherer's reach, but still good riddance because it fell out of bounds. So Victor Scherer was able to get up with a smile on his face.
McKendree handles it. From the near side, Hoskin, he's blocked by Lewis. Bearcats still control. Hoskin tries again on the near side, and it sneaks in on the back line, 20-18 Ball State.
And the Cardinals watch that fly by, hoping that it flies out of bounds, but it just reached the back court, almost right on the line.
Jack Morikawa to serve it for McKendree, his third time serving today. Well too long, that's his second error of the matchup. 21-18 Ball State in a third set where the Cardinals look to finish the job and go back to the MIVA Final.
And that was a service error, as you said. He had a service error against Ohio State, and the service line just has not been treating him well tonight.
Surrett over the net, but out of bounds on the back line. A service error for the Cardinals to match it. Back and forth we go, 21-19 Ball State in the third set, where the Cardinals oh so close to getting the job done. But the road is far from over. Nate Flater to serve it for McKendree. Scherer falls back to get it. Near side for Lewis, the kill is down. Ryan Lewis puts the Cardinals within 3 of winning it.
Such a steep kill from Ryan Lewis, being able to utilize all of his 6'9" frame to attack so high above the net.
Lewis over to McKendree. The near side attack from Winjet goes out of bounds off of Ball State. It's a McKendree point, 22-20. The Bearcats very close to the Cardinals in this third set.
On the attack, he was able to angle it just to the left to put a spin on it that'll fly out of bounds on the right side for the Cardinals.
Machado waits over the middle. Gunther, he gets it down. 23-20. Ball State can taste it.
And that now ties his career high of 6 kills for the freshman.
Basilio, he serves it for the Cardinals, left to right. Flater, a pop-up to the near side. Trip the spike off of Lewis. The Cardinals control it. Lewis attacks from the back line. A dive from Flater to save it for McKendree. Far in. McKendree unable to get it on the attack. Rogers tries for Ball State. He gets it down. It is set point. Not just set point, match point for the Cardinals. 24-20. A trip to the MIVA Finals on the line. Basilio serves left to right for the Cardinals. Gets over. Flater pops it up. The spike is down for Wet Gen for McKendree. It's still match point, but 24-21.
Smart to target Machado's left side. And Lucas Machado doesn't dig very often, but also when you have such a larger frame that isn't meant for defense, sometimes it can be taken advantage of.
Clement to serve for McKendree. Machado, far side. Rogers on the far end. It gets through for a kill. Pull out your brooms. The Cardinals are going back to the finals. In the first year of the Mike Iandolo era, the Ball State Cardinals go back to the MIVA Finals, where they'll look on Saturday night for their first MIVA title in the tournament since 2022, as the Cardinals win this third set 25-21.
A masterclass offensively from the Cardinals. A hitting percentage on a .481 clip. Just unbelievable numbers.
Saturday night, save the date. The MIVA Finals right here at Worthen Arena. It'll either be Loyola or Lewis. As we look at the current score in that one, it's the first set. Loyola leads at 22-21. Alexander Shosha's return for the Ramblers couldn't have come at a better time, and they are somewhat close as they lead 23-21 in the first set. If they can get it done, they'll have a date with the Cardinals on Saturday.
Either opportunity for the finals matchup holds such vastly different storylines. The last time Lewis and Ball State faced one another was in Worthen Arena, and it resulted in the first loss in Worthen Arena this entire season for the Cardinals. If it happens to be the Ramblers that come into Worthen again, the last time they were in Worthen Arena, it was the last game of the regular season for the Cardinals. It was on the Cardinals senior night. And they gave the Ramblers a run for their money. It swept them after being swept earlier in the season at Loyola's place. So, two sides of the same coin. This championship will definitely be won for the Bucks.
Either way, it's going to be a fun matchup. The red-hot Lewis team that's been oh so good against a Loyola team that, despite the injuries, they've consistently battled to be right in the thick of it for the Cardinals. But now, with a sweep over McKendree, they've beaten McKendree 3 times this season now, 2 of them being sweeps. For the Bearcats, with 9 seniors leaving, this being their final game, where do they go from here?
Nikki Sandlin has a lot to sit on, especially with such a bulk of their starting lineup being guys that are going to be leaving. So it's looking at guys that you've utilized from the bench all year long. Boone Feltz will probably step up on the left side. Morikawa will not be next up just yet. Well, actually, he's graduating, so he didn't really have that starting position. They'll still have Flater to hold up that setter position for another year. But it's also looking for guys like Joseph Watkins on the left side. And maybe in the backup setter position, it'll be Mason Height. So definitely a lot to sit on, especially replacing such a strong libero and such a strong right side in Diaz and Wetjen. So it'll be a lot of decision-making here in the offseason for Nikki Sandlin, but she's been able to start and end eras since the beginning of the McKendree program. So surely she will find a solution.
There's a lot to celebrate, Annaka, for Ball State, but I think they know just as well as we do the job is not finished. Saturday night, the MIVA Finals. But either way, I've talked with head coach Mike Iandolo. He thinks, at least from his perspective, if the Cardinals were able to beat McKendree like they did today, that they would more than likely be in contention for an at-large bid in the NCAA tournament.
And I agree. I do think that this game kind of solidifies their appearance in the NCAA tournament, especially being ranked number 7 in the nation. And they have had appearances in the NCAA tournament in prior years, despite not winning the conference championship in the tournament, but they were still conference regular season champions. So I do expect to see them in the national tournament, despite the results on Saturday. But Saturday's still an extremely important game, not only being the conference championship tournament game, but also determining whether they host that regional round of the national tournament or whether they have to travel for it.
All smiles here at Worthing Arena. Annaka, it's been a pleasure having you with me here for this Cardinal sweep over the McKendree Bearcats to go to the MIVA Finals. So for Roen Elbert and Annaka Whittey, this has been Ball State men's volleyball. Final score 3-0 over McKendree. This has been the Cardinals going to the MIVA Finals in such a big spot. Good night, Muncie.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.